Are you going to ride the whole flight, or?
No, I'm going to go with you for about 2 or 3 touch and goes, and then I'll get off. You'll probably drop me off by the tower, and then I'm going to go in the control tower, and I'll watch you from there.
Okay.
Airport information, Oscar 14550, wind calm, visibility 10, flood level 2000, temperature 11, dew point 7, altimeter 29er. Visual on approaching you, landing point runway 8. All aircraft, free back, hold short instructions, runway 7, with your call.
Alright, so they're only using runway 8. So let's try flying runway 8 and see how you feel. Worst case, you're going to just go to Oxnard. But I think you'll be fine on 8. You'll see.
Temperature 11, dew point 7, altimeter 29er. Visual on approach.
Okay, and I'll do how many?
Let's start off today with 3. So what's going to happen is you're going to take off, land, get off the runway, taxi back, take off, land, get off the runway, taxi back, take off, land, get off the runway, taxi back. Alright? Okay, and I want you to walk me through it using the checklist. Alright, so you're setting the throttle to 1700 RPM. Make sure it's set to rich. Okay, and she's going to check her engine instruments. Okay, so for the radio, you're just going to need ground in tower, which you already have tuned here, 121.8 and also 128.2. Doors and windows, I'll secure mine. Alright, whenever you're ready. And power set. Engine instruments are looking great. 55, rotate.
Runway 26, clear for the option 733 Foxtrot November.
November 2 Sierra Mike, flight followings on 128.6.
Alright, so today it's going to be for you, 733 Foxtrot November student pilot, when I'm not in the cockpit, okay? Very good, I'm loving the speed control, altitude, you're using power to control your altitude and your ailerons to control your airspeed. Very beautiful. Now that was just a little flat, so just gotta raise that nose just a tad more. Other than that, everything was great.
Cessna 3 Foxtrot November, extend up 1/2 mile.
So the only point I have from also the last landing was just make sure your flaps are down all the way.
Okay.
I know that it may be the flap selector that's a little confusing, but that will help you descend. Okay, so this will be the last one, and then you're going to drop me off at the control tower.
Okay.
And you're on your own. And camera tower, 733 Foxtrot November request.
Cessna 3 Foxtrot November, go ahead.
733 Foxtrot November, I'm going to let the student fly solo. Would it be possible for me to come up to the tower?
Cessna 3 Foxtrot November, no problem. Just contact ground point 8 when you get off the runway, and then we'll sketch you up, no problem.
Thank you, gang. 733 Foxtrot November.
RV85 Sierra Whiskey, Camry,
Very nice.
Roger, number 2.
Alright, and then when you brake, you can also pull the aileron while you're camping to help you aerodynamically brake. Yeah. Yep, I see where the helicopter pad is. There's a big circle right there. Yep, you can drop me off right there. If you don't feel comfortable about any of the takeoffs and landings, just you can abort at takeoff, brake, then get off the runway, and with the landing, it's just go around, and then you communicate after. I'll be in the tower watching you. I know you'll do really well. Remember, when you're nervous, just smile. Okay?
I contact ground to get permission to... Okay.
Cessna 3 Foxtrot November, left close traffic approved, runway 26, clear for takeoff.
Left coast traffic, runway 26, 730 Foxtrot November, student pilot.
Cessna 3 Foxtrot November, traffic departing the transient ramp will be a helicopter crossing at the abandoned portion, then proceeding westbound via the 101.
Looking 733 Foxtrot November.
Cessna 3 Foxtrot November, previously called traffic no factor.
Traffic no factor, 733 Foxtrot November.
Cessna 3 Foxtrot November, left close traffic approved, runway 26, clear for takeoff.
Left coast close traffic approved, runway 26, clear for takeoff, 733 Foxtrot November, student pilot.
Cessna 3 Foxtrot November, runway 26, clear to land.
Runway 26, clear to land, 733 Foxtrot November, student pilot. Here.
Hey, you did it. How do you feel?
Good, good.
Yeah.
After the first one, it was a lot less stressful.
Yeah. We were all cracking up because in your first landing they were like, oh, taxi to runway 26 for your hotel, and then you went on Foxtrot.
Oh, did I?
That's okay, that's funny.
I think I missed, but yeah, I was having trouble.
No, we were just probably nervous. Yeah, all your landings were perfect.
My airspeed when I land is still very low and I'm coming in high, and I still can't figure out, I feel like I'm adjusting power early enough, but I don't know, I'm not sure why I'm doing that.
But congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, major accomplishment. On to the next phase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your first solo flight is something that you will always remember forever. It's an accomplishment to be proud of that marks the end of the first stage of a pilot's training, and quite frankly, a great confidence builder. During your first solo flight, you would fly a few loops around the airport in what we call the traffic pattern to gain confidence in your flight abilities without an instructor like myself coaching you. Your instructor deems that you're ready only after lots of preparation, which varies per student. There are specific maneuvers that your instructor is required to teach and specific topics that you must learn on the ground before you're allowed to fly an aircraft by yourself in accordance to rules governed by the Federal Aviation Authority. As they say, the landing's the thing, but I will also say that the most fulfilling part about being a flight instructor is watching your student becoming a pilot. My first solo flight was on November 13, 2010 in Bridgeport, Connecticut. The winds were calm and the skies were blue with unlimited visibility. My last few landings with Daniel, my instructor, were smooth as butter, and I felt ready for my solo flight. The day still stands out as one of the best memories I've ever had, because I just accomplished my childhood dream. I was just 22 with no more than 25 hours of experience, and it had taken me a lot of time to learn the skills required to operate the aircraft alone. And to be honest with you, I had a lot of frustration during the process, and it was really hard for me to accept it. But being frustrated also had an effect on shutting down the advanced mental pathways that were required for me to actually learn the complex physical and mental skills required for me to actually become a pilot and also to operate the aircraft alone. Patience, on the other hand, is what actually opened my eyes and also opened these pathways that actually allowed me to actually start learning how to fly. So you could say that landings actually taught me a lot about patience.